Gaara today makes a year old. Actually, the day you see this, he will be a year and 1 day old, but the day I'm recording, he's a year old. In the 1st of February was when Gaara released. Actually, I have it here. Boom! This is the JP version, New Blazing Festival, February 1st, 2017. Oh, he's 2 years old. Sorry, he's 2 years old. 1st of February of 2017, Gaara released. I think he's the first Wisdom Blazing Festival. The first actual Blazing Festival is Minato, but of course, all of these, what's it called? The Rock Lee, this Gaara, they became Blazing Festival. They weren't supposed to be Blazing Festival, but they were added to the Blazing Festival banner. I have no idea why, but they are. In fact, you cannot pull them unless it's a Blazing Festival banner. But the first actual Blazing Festival Wisdom was Gaara, and I think it's interesting because the last Blazing Festival we got was Wisdom. So how does he compare to the newest Blazing Festival, the newest Wisdom Blazing Festival, the first Wisdom Blazing Festival versus the last Wisdom Blazing Festival? So he has a limit break, of course. Actually, let me pull out his stats without the limit break as well after I'm done here. So he goes for a 2218 attack stat, which for a mid-range is pretty good. Of course, he has a limit break, so the sync skills are syncing with mid and syncing with all except mid for reducing damage of wisdom or bravery by 20%, and syncing with all except wisdom attack by 100. It's very interesting because I don't know exactly with what raid he came with, but he is supposed to be a wisdom tank. Who is the... I should know. Okay, so he came out with... let me pull out this back again. He came out with this Naruto, which is very interesting because he doesn't have any abilities that would help on this Naruto raid at all, because this Naruto raid, there aren't any bravery or wisdom units in it. Very interesting, very, very interesting to see, because nowadays, not only nowadays, but like from a couple of months ago or a year ago, a year plus, every single Blazing Festival does something that would help in the impact that he comes with. But then the abilities are what makes him interesting, because he tanks wisdom by 50%. Being a wisdom unit already, it makes it like he just doesn't take damage, and then if you sync him with mid-range, of course, extra 20. You can put damage reduction behind him extra, so yada yada yada. Then a field skill of boosting attack by 100 to 200, which I think for that back in the day, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot. Nowadays, like the best one that we have is 300 by unconditional. That's 300, and he 2 years ago was 200. That's a lot. And then Body of reducing damage by 15%. Ninjutsu 2 times. This is where the joke started, because he's just a 2 times multiplier. But he actually became relevant because of SS ranks, as weird as it sounds, because the 65% chance of jutsu ceiling or attack reduction for 5 turns is actually very good for SS ranks, because his attack reduction is for 45%. His attack reduction is dumb. It's so it's strong as fuck. He has like the best attack reduction in the game. Of course, it's only 65% though. And then the ultimate is at 10 times towards 1 or 16 if they are immobilized. Is 16. Very horrible ultimate. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Especially because bosses cannot be immobilized. I presume back in the day it was actually good because bosses could be immobilized back in the day. But nowadays, not that great. So actually, let me pull out his stats before the limit break, just so we have a comparison here. Before the limit break, he had a 1600 with the attack pills, 1660 attack stat, and 1696. Oh, sorry, 1896 health stat, because health pills are actually 300. But now let me compare him to the latest Blazing Festival, which is Hashirama himself. That on his let me lower down the volume real quick. On his normal jutsu has a 70% chance of attack weakening for 5 turns. That's 5% more than Gaara. And of course it's AoE, hits the whole map. It's such a difference, man. How we have changed Hashirama is like top 5 best units in the game, and Gaara, he doesn't hold up, man. He just doesn't hold up. Then the ultimate, of course, Gaara's is towards 1, and it's a 10 times. Hashirama is towards all 18 times. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. It sure shows how much the game has changed. Of course, also Gaara has a 60 cost, which is like the old Blazing Festivals have, and now Hashirama and the newest Blazing Festivals have 100 cost. Okay, let me change. So his normal jutsu, right? He has to hit, I think, 4 people for the ultra combo, or 3 people. Let me see the normal jutsu. 2 times multiplier, boys. Big damage, big damage. But yeah, he needs to hit 3 people. Big damage, huge damage, enormous damage. But really, as I said, because of SS ranks, he actually became relevant. Because the normal jutsu is actually good. As much as it's a low multiplier, it's not good because it does damage, it's good because it's useful. Let me do the normal jutsu. Actually, let me wait for the ultimate. It's useful, right? Oh boy, I just realized I should have brought someone that immobilizes, huh? I mean, as I said, immobilizing bosses is not gonna happen. So like, you're never gonna actually use that because, okay, you could immobilize a grunt and then ultimate at him, but why would you do that? Why would you immobilize a mob and then ultimate with a single target ultimate at him? Which it's not great. Which is one of the reasons why I have a kind of a hatred towards Itachi, because he doesn't have like the same thing where he does more damage if it's immobilized. He immobilizes on the ultimate, which bosses can't be immobilized. Itachi, I talk about him a lot. If he should have had like a passive where he has everything on his ultimate. He mobilizes, jutsu seals, zip damages, attack weakens. So it's so unfortunate that he doesn't. Very, very unfortunate. But man, Gaara, as funny as it is, he is on my main wisdom team. My main wisdom team is Shizune, Gaara, Minato, Rinnegan Sasuke, and Nagato. If I'm feeling adventurous, I'll take off Nagato and put what's his name? And put a Despain here because it's actually very, very good too. So his ultimate, very strong ultimate. $33k. It's so funny. There are units that do this damage on normal jutsus, and like some like AOE normal jutsus and stuff. It's crazy. It really shows how we live in a society. Am I right, fellas? It really shows. And like eventually, he became. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. He became actually relevant in PvP. Like when he got his Leer Break. When he got his Leer Break, he actually became relevant in PvP, which is interesting. Because PvP, he wasn't like the worst, he wasn't like the best of units, but because of the jutsu ceiling and attack weakening being very, very, very OP on PvP, he became relevant when he got his Leer Break, which was very good. I felt like it was one of the moments where PvP was actually getting good, and then he became meta. Missed, no, I missed it. Let me see how Hashirama can attack weaken. One thing that I wish we could do in this game is actually see what's the percentage of stuff on bosses, because like, for instance, I wish I could see how many turns the stuff is on a boss or something, or how much is the percentage of the attack weakening, or the percentage of the slip damage. Unfortunately, you don't have all of these answers because I don't know, the game just doesn't want to give us. Let me kill these hands right here. Kill these hands. Ooh, Minato with the 66k. Minato also a very recent Blazing... Not very recent, but he is, wisdom-wise, he's one of the most recent Blazing Festivals. Actually, wait. I was thinking, was he the one previous to Hashirama? But nah, the one previous to Hashirama was Edo Madara. Which also a good comparison to Gaara. But funny enough, the Edo Madara, the raid that Edo Madara was supposed to be good at, like Gaara straight up was very good at, because the Killer Bee raid, attack weakening was so strong. So Minato and Gaara were top tier for that. So Gaara, I'm gonna be boosting him up with Hashirama now. Let me see how much damage he's gonna do. And not immobilizing because again it's so unpractical to immobilize someone. Boy oh boy, that 44k. Still a good unit though. Still a good unit. Good to say that Blazing Festivals still hold up. Some Blazing Festivals, I would say like Blazing Festivals like Tsunade got really, how can I say, outdated because of how they work. But Blazing Festivals like Gaara, because how attack weakening has become, and even Jutsu Sealing to an extent, but Jutsu Sealing bosses can't be Jutsu Sealed. But thank you guys for watching, and please fucking subscribe.